Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in less than 2 minutes. Real quick, if you're new to these videos, what do I mean by live? What I mean is that this is a situation where everything has not already been recorded, so I'm doing some sort of trade recap or post commentary. Nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw emotions, raw reactions, you will get that here. But to respect your time, if you are looking for a nicely edited video, nicely scripted video, you won't get that here. But if you're just out wanting to see the nitty gritty, look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then you'll find all that in this video. So like I said, market opens up here very soon. I'll go ahead and pause for now and I'll be back at the open. All right, the markets are open, watching NUAN. Right now. Not a whole lot of movement on it. Pre-market was a little goofy, which is what caught my eye. Let's go over to BABA here. What in the world? My chart's working? Why is that such a tight range? No, they're working because Tesla's... Yeah, interesting. $686 is an interesting area here on Tesla. Uber. If you do see, or if you do hear typing, that's just me making alerts in the community that I offer. I do offer a private trading community at claytrader.com. Oh yeah, Uber, very nice move. What's going on with FUBO? That looks like another... Let's go check back on NUAN. Yeah, really nothing then. Bob, I thought would be a lot more volatile. I mean, it had millions of shares in the pre-market. Uber still making its way up. So potentially a trade here on this one. Keep a close eye on it. All right, well, I will go ahead and pause for now, and I'll keep on looking around, and if I see something, because I don't want to have you sit here and just watch a bunch of kind of dead air time, so I'm going to go ahead and pause. Watching 217.50. See if we can get down through there, and at 217.64. See if we can get this down below 217 though. There we go. How did I not get any out at 217? There we go. See if we can get this down below 216.50. Pick up some downside pressure here. Took out another 150 there. Still have 100 shares left. There we go. Kind of. That was a very weak break, actually. Took off another 25 shares there. Love to see this down below 216. So still have 75 shares left. Let's see if we can get it down below 216 though. Knocking on the door. There we go. There we go. Good, good, good. Took off another 25. See if we can get this down below 215. Took off another 25 there. And I'm going to call it good. $480, 935. And just to show you how the chat room community works, I mentioned that earlier, but this was alerted to members before I ever got in. Right there, 217.50, flush point, 1 minute. And like you just saw it play out there, was a fantastic trade. And now I should note that Clay, how were you making money? The price was going down. Like, I'm new. I'm confused. Hey, welcome to the party. I remember that too. What I did was I shorted the stock. And when you short a stock, if you're shorting a stock, any of those, terminologies, then that means you can make money when prices go down. I get it. It's totally bizarre. Wait, what? You can make money when prices go down? Yes, that is known as shorting a stock, being a short. So wow, look at that. Glad I got out where I did there. Look at that big old bounce back upwards. Anyways, that's what happened there. I shorted. I wanted to see the price go down. Because the price did go down, I ultimately made money, and not too bad, $480 in 5 minutes. I don't say that to brag or anything. If anything, I say it to build context, but because if you're anything like me, wait a minute. I need to check out Tesla here as potentially what is that, 686. Would like to see it get up a little bit more, then come back down to 686. There we go. Good. Watching 686 here. Tesla 686 flush point of potential fake breakout, 1 minute. Although right now it does not look like a fake breakout, huh? But as I was saying, if you're anything like me, well, just a minute. Just a minute. In there at 686.83. On the potential breakout here. Or excuse me, fake breakout, that is. Only 50 shares, so if I'm wrong, it's not like it's going to blow up my day or anything like that. Well, let's see what it wants to do here. Well, might have gotten suckered in on that one. Yep. So out there, lost $125 on that one. That's okay. I love the setup. I got the candle that I wanted. It just didn't quite cooperate, and that's what happens. So even with that, think about it. I've been wrong half the time. It's 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes in. It's 9:38, and I'm still up $55 with commissions. Let's call it $350. So $350, not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'll take $350 in 10 minutes. When, like I said, that includes having a losing trade in there too. I still like Tesla at that area, but that was a great setup. Just didn't work out. I'll take that setup all day long. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause, look around tomorrow. I mean, only 10 minutes in the day. I still got some time left. I do actually have a podcast to record. So there's a quick plug for the podcast. If you're not aware, I do offer a podcast at claytrader.com, the Stock Trading Reality Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, any podcast player. So yeah, I have a interview that I have to do with that later on. Hopefully my voice can hold up. It's feeling a little crusty right now, but it's just a mere flesh wound. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, watching 688 here. I'm still thinking Tesla is looking a little bit top heavy here. Would like to see a little bit more confirmation though. So watching that 688 mark. So in there at basically 689. Let's see if this thing wants to get back down here to that 688 mark. I'm interested in potentially adding some more. But it would need to come back down to right around the 689-ish mark. Yeah, 688.50 to be more accurate. Watch 690 here closely. So watching 690. Well, am I just getting stubborn here with this one? I'm going to keep an eye on 690. The reason I'm not panicking or freaking out is I only have 50 shares, so let's see what this wants to actually do here. Curious about 691. So just watching 691. But it's getting very strong up around the 692 mark. See if we can get it down below 691. It's just bouncing around 691.50. Yep. Well, played around with this one too much more. I can't risk. So now up 178. So Tesla is slowly and methodically eating my gains away on BIDU. So got to be careful right now that I don't go out there and try to revenge trade. Got to be very careful that I don't go out there and lose track that in all actuality, it's 15 minutes in the day. I'm still up $175-ish. And again, I'm not sure of many places in the world where you can make that sort of money. I mean, I want to be bearish on Tesla still, but at some point, maybe I just have to admit that Tesla does not want to be bearish right now. But yeah, started off good. Still fine. I mean, in all actuality, I've been wrong 67% of the time, yet I'm still up $178, which is kind of crazy when you actually stop and think about it. But I mean, I'm glad I got out where I did because this thing just keeps on grinding and grinding. Could you imagine if I hadn't gotten out down here? Man, that loss would have been really, really nasty. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, watching 215 here now, once again on Baidu. Let's see if it can indeed break down through 215. Would like to see it get down closer to that area, though. Well, I thought it would get down there a little quicker, else I wouldn't have got the video going. Okay, well. Watching very closely. Okay, getting down there. Okay, in at 215. Let's see if we can get some push down through those, some follow through. Can we get that breakdown? Like the setup. Or am I going to have to sit through a little bounce here? I don't know. Looks like I, excuse me, may have to. I thought this one would move a little bit quicker than that. I mean, I realized it was somewhat choppy, but I thought with that break it'd get a little bit more decisive. It's trying again, but once again, just stalling. It's a great setup, but I don't know if it wants to go. I'm going to even look at that. It just, okay, getting a little bit of a movement there. Oh, shoot. All right, whatever. I thought I thought I was set to 100 shares, not 150. I don't think that worked out fine anyways. Yeah, I'm done with that. All right, I gave you plenty of time to break down. And yes, I'm talking to the stock. I gave you plenty of time, and now it's just not breaking down. And even if it goes, I feel perfectly fine with it, just because at that point, when that broke, in my mind, it should have gone. I mean, it already had plenty of consolidation. It's not like it was overextended or anything like that. And now it's just, yeah, you can see goofing around back up above 215. So I feel perfectly fine about that one. I was right that it wanted to go down. I was very wrong, though, in the amount that it wanted to go down. But if anything, that's the one thing I did get right, was just admitting, oh, yeah, it's just not quite behaving the way I want it to behave. And now look at that bounce. Yeah. All right. I feel so good about that one. That was definitely the right choice. So let's see, where am I now? Back up to 275 on the day. All right, watching 145.50 here, in at 145.65 here on GameStop. Looking for this one to roll back over here. Not necessarily in retest the lows, but to pick up some bearishness. Let's see if we can get a move down to at least 145. Well, it's trying. See what it wants to do here. In at 145.65. I mean, I can't even think about at all taking profits until at least below 145 minimum. But as you can see here, big buyers at 145. Can it fall, though, is the question. Can 145 be broken? Nope, held that round. See if it wants to give it another go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. I'm not going to have you sit here through this kind of choppiness. So I'll pause for now, and I'll keep you updated on the status of the trade. Okay, I'm going to look to add another 25 shares at 145 if it comes back down there. I got to see 145 on the bid, though. I'm really liking the setup that's taking place here. But again, requirement number one is got to see 145 on the bid. So I'm going to go ahead and pause for now. And if it looks like that's going to happen, then I'll get the video rolling and try to capture the ad. Well, kind of. All right, I'll keep it going. Again, watching 145 very, very closely here. Yeah, I can deal with that. Gonna try to time it. I realize it's on the bid, but I'm trying to watch the orders. Okay, they're going kind of. All right, well, I missed the ad. I was just able to pull off a portion of my shares at 144.50 though. Well, I don't know, maybe that was a good thing that I missed the ad. All right, all out there, 39 bucks. So missed the ad, which didn't help the situation. And then once again, not quite getting the breakdown that I wanted. I mean, I don't know. It's a problem. I mean, I'm up 45 minutes in, I'm up $315, which equates to 2 losing trades, 2 trades that were and then a good, just solid winning trade. I mean, not a grand slam trade, but a good, solid winning trade. So, I mean, in all actuality, if anything, kind of goes to show that you don't have to be like perfect. You don't have to trade flawless. You don't have to like hit grand slam trades in order to make money. You can have very mediocre trades. Like I said, 2 losing trades, 2 trades that were just, just not really much to say about them at all. And then one decent solid trade, and you can still make over $300 in 45 minutes. And I keep harping on the time because that's how I build, context and perspective for myself. Where in the world can you make $300 in 45 minutes? Let's just make it an hour to make the math easy. Like, what is the minimum wage these days? So what is the minimum wage compared to $300 in 1 hour? Like I said, with some mess ups, with some just flat out being wrong, right? I mean, I was just wrong on 2, had to lose money. So, I mean, like I said, just saying that to build perspective because I understand. And I think I was saying this way back when I was going to make a point, then I got distracted. But if you're anything like me, you cruise around social media, you're like, wow, look at that big gain. Holy smokes, look at that big gain. Whoa, they made that much money. And then it's easy to look at your own results and be like, man, that's all I made? Oh, geez, I guess I'm not that good, or I must be doing something wrong, or I just mustn't, maybe I'm not cut out to be a trader. And it's like, whoa, wait a second. Let's not lose perspective on things. Ask yourself, well, in what amount of time did you make those gains? Let's just say that this was, $50. Think about it. $50 in 1 hour, sitting at home, pressing buttons, compared to the minimum wage, or compared to, I don't know, go to, monster.com, look up jobs, see what people are hiring, see what the starting pay is, per hour. I mean, I know a lot of people, and I'm not looking down on anybody. Like I said, if you're starting a job and you're making $20 an hour or something, cool, that's great. But like I said, even if this was a result of 20 or $50, I mean, $50 and remember, it's actually just 45 minutes, so even less than an hour by 15 minutes. But so I mean, it's 25% less than an hour. But yeah, I think what I'm doing here, well, I'm trying to make an educational lesson, but I think I'm just trying to tell myself, Clay, you're doing fine this morning, but I don't think you quite have it. You know, you don't have it with you. And maybe in the real back of my mind, I'm sitting there saying, man, Clay, you were up $480. It'd be nice to get those gains back. I mean, I think we all have that voice, but kind of you got to just be able to recognize it and realize that. Just a minute, actually. Yes, believe it or not, I'm going back to Tesla here. I think I might have missed this setup, though. Oh, yep, missed it. So, all right, well, I am going to go ahead and actually wrap things up here. But before I go, a final few things. Let me just, I think I made my point, but just don't be too tough on yourself. Keep things in perspective. Social media, that's great. Those people making big gains, you know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say those are real. Good for them. I'm happy for them. But don't let it corrupt your own space. Don't let it corrupt the reality of the situation that making X amount of dollars, whatever you've made, in an hour, in 45 minutes, in 30 minutes, in 2 hours. I mean, think about it. Now, also, if you're looking at your gains and you're like, man, I make like $3 per hour, that's an issue. I'm not saying you should stop trading, but there's clearly a glaring issue if you start to break down your results. And now, of course, this is over multiple days, multiple weeks, then that's a problem. But if you're looking at your results and it breaks down to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you know, $100 an hour, hey, that's definitely more than respectable. Now, before I go, though, a final few things. This is a big one for me. Because these are live, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. I have to talk to you. I have to enter in my own trades. I have to make alerts in the chat room. I have to think about what I'm going to say to you. And there's just a lot going on. So these videos are possible. But I want to just make sure that they're continue to worth my time to do them. And the way you can communicate that to me, very easy. Hit the like button. Leave a simple comment. The comment could be a thumbs up emoji, a rainbow emoji. Any of those things communicates to me, yeah, Clay, they're worth your time. Please keep doing them. And as long as I know that there's interest in these videos, then I have no problem continuing to do them. Because yes, they're totally possible. Been doing them for years, but they're not easy. So I'm not going to do them if there's no interest for them. But if there is, then I will continue it. So like I said, the very quick way to communicate that to me, hit the like button. It's a very basic, a very simple comment. So thanks for hanging out. Also check out the channel as a whole. Lots of other good videos on the channel, and hopefully you decide you like what you see enough to hit that subscribe button. But I'm not a fan of people that are like, hey, subscribe to my channel, and it's like 4 minutes into the first video maybe you've ever watched. So I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. All I'll say is check out the channel as a whole, look around, and then if you like what you see enough, hit the subscribe button. But yeah, as far as these videos are concerned, if you want me to keep making them, hit the like button, leave a very, very simple comment down below. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.